Donald Trump took a bullet to the ear, Lil Durk's son put a bullet in his stepdad, and Polo G's mother tried to murder her daughter. Bullets have been flying all week on this week's episode of For the Culture. It's good to be back with you guys. JR the AR Colorblind ENT here at Petty Cash Studios, and I just want to get straight into it today, guys. Just a couple of days ago at a Pennsylvania rally for the presidential election, former President Donald Trump took a bullet to the ear in a failed assassination attempt. Now, this has been on every media platform, and there's been a lot of debate struck. And the main one is if this was faked or not. The alleged gunman has already been neutralized, and there's been one confirmed death from the rally so far. So I just really want to ask people, do you really think the FBI has the resources to do an investigation on a publicity stunt? I feel like this would have been like nipped in the bud pretty soon, but the conspiracy theorists out there really think that, oh, people die all the time for the bigger agenda. Well, at a scale like this, it's just really unlikely. Mind you, there's a lot of things that look questionable, like why'd you bring a pea shooter 22 if you were trying to pull the second coming of Abraham Lincoln? But besides that, you have to look, this was a 20-year-old radicalist who had been tweeting about having justice being served days leading up to this rally. So I really feel like it was premeditated, but not on behalf of the Trump administration. I think this kid just had an agenda that he saw that he was going to fill out and failed miserably. Like, he brushed the ear and took away an innocent life in the process, and I don't think that there's any place for that, but at the same time, I don't think that people should jump to conclusions on something of this scale. It doesn't make sense to me. Argue in the comments, please. Now let's talk about someone who didn't miss their target, Lil Durk's son. Last week, Lil Durk's son witnessed a domestic dispute between him. One more time. Last week, there was a domestic dispute between Lil Durk's baby mother and her now stepfather of her child. One more time. I'm wording that terrible. Last week, there was an altercation between Lil Durk's baby mother and her new husband, the stepfather of Lil Durk's kid. There was a firearm that allegedly the stepdad was trying to take away from the mother from pulling out on him. And within this struggle, the 10-year-old took the gun from the stepfather, attempted to shoot him once, and then successfully, drink water, kids, shot him in the stomach. Now, this is someone that Lil Durk's mother has been seeing for years and years and years, so it makes someone question if there had been actions in the past, maybe of domestic violence, that had the kid react in this manner. But also, I really want to know how Lil Durk is going to reprimand his son, because I feel like this is the product of being a rapper's kid, especially a super street rapper. When you're in the media all the time and for being looked at as like a demon and a savage in your hood, and you're touring all around the world, and your kid is getting to know you through all these other outlets besides you being home, they can pick up your bad habits, especially if that's the majority of what you're portraying. So it's unfortunate that the stepdad had to get shot by a fourth grader. He sounded really upset about it. He was talking about how he bought ATVs for the kid, new shoes for school, and I'll give him that. He's a real one for not pressing charges on this kid, but at the same time, I want to know if they'll ever be able to reconcile from here. Because if a kid that's not my kid put a bullet in me, I'm gonna find one of my nieces or nephews, and they're gonna settle that amongst themselves. I'll leave it at that. Now, in our third story of people who don't need to have a firearm, let's talk about Stacey&Mac. Stacey&Mac is the mother of Polo G. Stacey&Mac decided to shoot at her daughter Leilani in her front yard, and Stacey&Mac is responding to all of the criticism she has had for shooting at, I think this is her second child she's thrown bullets at. Let's see what she had to say. Stacia took to social media to share her perspective, claiming she was attacked after her daughter had a manic episode. Polo's mom posted her Instagram stories. For the past 2 years, you've struggled. That struggle affected us all. Me more so, because as a real mom, I was frontline. She's talking like she in the field with it. She continued, you've been self-coping / medicating and drinking and passing out everywhere. You've refused treatment time and time again. You were having a manic episode and attacked me in my home. Now, I'm not going to play the footage because I really don't want to put the Petty Cash team through the trouble of editing out multiple live shootings caught on tape. But when you shot at your daughter, she was running away from your front yard and she was out of the household. You shot at her back. So at that point, that argument's super invalid. The craziest thing about Polo G's mom, Stacia, this is his manager. This is the person he lets like day to day handle his career. And she is more problematic than rappers' kids, like drug addict rappers. Like, this is some unhinged behavior and he needs to nip this in the bud, because if this is how she's acting at home, she's probably done something of this ilk to burn some bridges or like make things hard for his career. So I would heed my warning, Polo G, and stop bringing your mom on tour. She's problematic. I'm gonna make this one quick because I really don't care about dating rumors, but I did find this one really funny. I guess Central C and Ice Spice have a maybe relationship, and Central C's ex-girlfriend got a call from the label letting her know it was a publicity stunt, but Central C making it look like it's not a public. I really don't care. I really don't care. You guys said you wanted to hear about it, but in all reality, like, this would be a power couple. Like, he's the biggest guy in the UK. She's the biggest female rapper besides Sexy Red and Nicki in America. They both have good skin. I feel like I could see it. It's like a Travis and Kylie thing. Like, he's a really good rapper and she can like make it clap like a round of applause. So I really hope that this is not fabricated by a label and that they can go on one of those super like lame like couple tours, like, you know, like Big Sean and Jhené Aiko, like when people act like they're like at the same level just because they're both famous and they're having sex with each other. Like, I hope they do something like that. That would be pretty neat. And my final story of today for you guys is the real Slim Shady. Eminem dropped his album The Death of Slim Shady, and Rolling Stone gave it a 2 out of 10 stars. Now, I just said that so that I could transition to my own review. I thought that shit was way too wordy. I want someone, I'll look on Genius. I want to find out how many words were in that, because I appreciate Eminem for what he can do and what he is capable of. But when you think of songs like Lose Yourself and Stan and My Band, like all of the real Eminem hits, he's not trying to do lyrical gymnastics on motherfuckers. Like, he is just trying to make good songs and be very quirky and witty and show his personality. But now this sounds like a sober 48-year-old man with a chip on his shoulder because he feels like he's not put in the top 5 conversations like a Cole, Drake, or Kendrick. And this is how I felt throughout the entire album. I will say, the song Toby with Big Sean and Babytron was really dope. Video shot by Cole Bennett. Babytron has been getting a lot of crazy looks lately, so that makes me really happy. But besides that, I don't see a lot of repeat listens coming from me on this album. It is projected to do about 300,000 first week and knock Taylor Swift's album out of the #1 spot, the one that did like, 3 million first week. And it's been up there for like 12 weeks, so I think it's about damn time. And if anyone was going to take down Taylor Swift, Eminem is probably like in the top 4, most likely behind like Drake, Bad Bunny, and Adele. So that makes sense. Let me know what you think of Eminem's album. Let me know what you think about the Trump shenanigans. What should Polo G do about his mother? What else? Yeah, just give me some conversation, man. I want to hear some dialogue. This has been JR, the AR, CLRBLND Ent, Petty Cash Studios. Like, comment, subscribe. We're out.